Four-wallism. Four-wallism means the traditional way that black people, non-white people have of what you call resistant racism. And that means you have regular meetings of 2 or more persons, and then you rent or buy a meeting hall, and you have fundraisings and whatnot in order to finance your operations. And you have a centralized or closed-in activities. In other words, you usually have something called membership, members of the black organization. And you say, well, you're a member, and I'm going to give you a card saying that you're a member. And we will have meetings, regular meetings of that type. And then you will acquire things, supplies and whatnot that you will store. And you will pay dues, maybe, being a member. And you will pay salaries out if you get to be big enough in your organization, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. And then you will have regular accumulation of funds for legal fees, et cetera, because people will get in trouble usually, and so you want to bail them out of jail and whatnot on account of they were demonstrating or something, and that's what the organization does. And then you will have a leader. Usually a leadership in an organization, you have a leader, a president of the organization or something, or a person who is just called a leader, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. In other words, structure. Mm-hmm. And you will call meetings, and you will have maybe flags or pictures or statues or something, of members of your organizations who have accomplished this and accomplished that.
Yes.
Now, the open air is the United Independent Compensatory system. Mm-hmm. That is the one that I endorse. That's the difference in the two. Now, both of these, open air means what? Everything is addressed to the individual. In other words, you don't have a leader, you become a leader yourself. And you don't go to regular meetings and have dues paying, and you don't rent buildings and all like that. That's too cumbersome, in my opinion.